Hi, I'm Trinitive. Welcome to Ready or Not's February update done quick. Since February is a shorter month, the content is slightly smaller, but there's still a decent bit of new content. I'll have a link in the description to my Discord as well as the full patch notes once it becomes available. Real quick, I'm going to quickly rattle off the less important patch notes that caught my eye. If you don't care, skip ahead to where it says on the screen. New voice lines have been added for civilians and suspects that are on 213 Park Homes, the meth lab map. The BCM Mark I has been adjusted to have recoil and damage values similar to the SR-16. Several CPU optimizations and sounds have been adjusted and added to various maps to increase atmosphere. Furthermore, several sounds have been added and made on all maps in general. Look at the patch notes for specifics on that. Several bugs have been fixed for suspects. They can now properly holster their weapons and will no longer instantly react to doors being kicked. The UI HUD has been overhauled. It offers a cleaner and more streamlined look. And finally, the upstairs barrels on 213 Park Homes have had their mass increased, so they will no longer be launched around and get in the way. Alright, moving on. Let's look at weapons. The G36C and the ARN-180 have been added. The G36C, developed by Heckler & Koch, is approximately 6.5 pounds, mostly polymer, gas-operated 5.56 carbine with a barrel length of 8 inches. This weapon system has a few variations, all designed to allow the shooter different advantages, and is the primary weapon used by the German armed forces. Now, let's pause for a second to see my first impression. Whoa. Holy shit, that's no recoil. That's awesome. That's awesome. This gun feels sleek, smooth. The very definition of what I'd expect from the makers of the famous, or from the terrorist perspective, infamous MP5. Moving on, let's see our less known friend here, the BRN-180. This weapon system was designed after the departure of Eugene Stoner in 1961 by Armalite, at the time led by a man named Arthur Miller. It was finalized in 1963, and what Miller helped create was known as the AR-18. Fast forward through time, this weapon system evolved into what is now the BRN-180. It offers the shooter a versatile system utilizing a short stroke action, which allows the absence of a buffer tube. This gun is for those who want to feel their weapon, the punch, but still want control. Aside from guns, weapon attachments have been renamed to be more accurate to what they are. The speed grip is now the angled grip and the control grip is now the vertical grip. Switching gears here, let's talk about suspects. Knives are now the constant threat to the operator. Suspects will conceal and utilize knives, and have been reported to wait until officers get closer to ultimately draw their knife when they don't see it. These suspects can appear on any map at this time, excluding hotel and gas. Also, a threat to the team now is the ability for suspects to place traps during the operation. If a suspect hears your team or sees your team, they will be more likely to place traps. Finally, the last section of this update that we're going to be talking about is maps. The ability for modded maps to be displayed in the main lobby has been added, which means you no longer have to replace existing maps to play modded maps. Also, role generation for modded maps will have AI and stack up points generated automatically, making the ease of developing a map for the modding community more streamlined. This is a really good addition. That basically means that we're going to have more maps coming out on the mod market a lot quicker. Besides modding tools, the developers have also released a new white box phase map called Club. At this time, it's missing nearly all of its textures, and like I said, it's in white box phase. However, it has some nice music, and it looks like an interesting map with some suspects we haven't seen before, and civilians we haven't seen before. I'm looking forward to it. However, as exciting Club is that they are adding a new map, what really caught my eye this update was the additions and textures they have added to Penthouse. At this time, Penthouse cannot be completed, as a suspect civilian is able to spawn in the unreachable area of an elevator in the back of the map. However, the map is completely playable, and in my personal opinion it's my favorite map. It's the best one out right now. Even with its occasional missing texture, the atmosphere angles and the room by room clearing make it quite a challenge. Do yourself a favor and check it out. Alright, and that about wraps up everything that stood out to me for this update. If you have any tips for how I can improve these videos, I want to make them every month for Ready or Not. I'm a big fan of this game. So please leave a comment. I don't care if you like or dislike, just leave a comment so I can improve this. It would really help me out a lot. Thank you. Anyway, guys, have a great day. I hope you enjoyed.